Hey, thanks for stopping by Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd, and I have with me my good friend Henry Turner.
Hey everyone.
We've got an awesome bourbon review for you today. Stick around.
This is going to be the 2023 Angel's Envy Cask Strength Bourbon. It's going to be the same thing as a regular base bourbon, except they did not proof this down. So we're getting all the love that comes out of the barrel on this one. So I'm really excited to try this out. Now, this is actually my bottle that I won at a local raffle here in Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas has the best bourbon community around, no questions asked. Definitely try to look us up. And I will tell you, this is the first one that they've done to where it does not go into the coffin boxes. I guess that's what those are called that we have back there in the background. And I will tell you that I actually tried to repurpose one of my old bottle boxes. And unfortunately, this is just a little bit taller than the old one. So Angel's Envy thinking ahead and making sure that we can't reuse the old boxes to put them in. So, yep.
All right, well, let's give it a pour.
Look at the absolute red on that thing, man. It's just, that is extreme wine influence on the color of that.
It is, right? I mean, it's almost like a ruby red color. It's beautiful. It's got good legs too. Yeah, the viscosity there. I mean, that's not even dropping. If you can see the teardrop right there, it's just so slow.
Man, and when you did that and swirled around, I can smell it from over here. That's coming out the glass pretty good.
Yeah, well, let's get into this. Let's nose it and taste it and talk about it.
All right, so we're looking at this, and the proof on this is 59.1, so 118.2, and once again, it's the same thing that is the base Angel's Envy, except it's going to be at cask strength. And this year, I'm really looking forward to trying this out. I have tried this bottle already once, so it is my bottle, but I definitely want to bring it by here, Justin, let you go ahead and have a little try of it so we can review it for the channel.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Let's go to the nose and see what we got on this one. One question, do you know if this bottle is an MGP?
I don't know that. I'd have to actually look that up, but maybe somebody out there could tell us, but I'm not for sure if this is their own distillate or if they're still sourcing.
So if you know the answer to that one, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear back from you.
So like
oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I'm not even got close to it.
Yeah.
I'm smelling that wine finish on it. Oh, yes.
Man, that is good.
That port wine is jumping out the glass. You don't even have to get close to it. Oh, man. Definitely a heavy wine influence on this
For
one.
sure. That is wonderful. Going back to the nose, I didn't talk about that. I mean, it was just luxurious, rich. You get a little bit of that, or like you said, the port finish, kind of almost a vanilla, like a heavy vanilla. And even at what we say this was 118.
Yeah, 118.
I mean, it didn't back you out of the glass. It's approachable.
The one thing that I'd say about this is that port is extremely upfront, jumps out of the glass when it hits the palate. You do get a little bit of the barrel influence on the back end of it. Now, for me, I'm not for sure what's going on there. I did get a little bit of the proof come back on the finish of the drink, but in the pour. But after that, this is absolutely fantastic finished whiskey, though. I will tell you, though, it is in line with most things that I've seen in 2023. It is extremely finish forward. So it's going to have that wine finish really showing up on this particular pour. So if you like a wine finish and you're very into the finished whiskeys, this is going to be the bottle for you.
That's a good point. I did notice that right off the bat as well. You couldn't be more correct that when you said that the proof comes back on the end. It's almost like it's in the finish. Kind of goes through your sinuses, and it'll punch you a little bit.
Yeah, but look at that thing. So
I know, it's beautiful.
That is just oily, thick, delicious. Definitely, I would call this a dessert pour. Like after dinner, a nice steak or something like that, and you want to turn around and get this. This is going to be absolutely just appetizing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Drink this all the time. So.
Oh man, after a good steak, medium rare only.
Sounds like you need to fire up the grill, sir.
Man, that's just the word luxurious comes to mind. I've used that word a few times on some other whiskeys, but this one, it's a classic bourbon flavor, just amped up.
Yeah,
And the port wine finish on the end, you notice it at the beginning, but it comes through at the end as well, but it's not too much. It's not like it tastes like a bourbon that's been finished too long in wine barrels.
No, not at all. And I will definitely tell you, I'm starting to get that Kentucky hug definitely coming down on this one. So it's definitely something that comes out from Angel's Envy, and I am a big fan of all these releases. So I've really enjoyed this one. I'm glad that I could share it with you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Certainly appreciate you coming by and sharing this with me. Before we exit, we like to give a rating.
So I will start off and go with it. So for availability, believe it or not, I think this is actually, you can find these in quite a few places. I've seen these on shelves here in Arkansas. I know I picked up one at a store not too far down the road, and my friend got one in North Little Rock. So I'll put the availability on this one probably 7.5. I would put on the finished whiskey and the palate and the profile and everything else that goes with it. For me, this is still going to sit at a 7. It's a little bit more wine forward and finish forward than I like, so I still will put it there. The price on this one still isn't that bad. It's about $20 higher than what it used to be, but you're also not getting the box like you got last year. You do get the cool little red topper on there, and the bottle's a little bit taller, so they changed it a little bit. I would still put the price to, depending on where the market is for whiskey, I'll still probably put it at an 8 for what you're getting out of a limited edition release from Angel's Envy. So I'd probably put this all together 7.5.
Yeah. What is the MSRP? Remind me.
$220, $230 on this?
I would say that's fair for this one. This is really good. I'm going to kind of just go with an aggregate. The availability, like you said, you'll see it from time to time, especially this time of year, bourbon hunting season or bourbon finding season.
Allocation season.
Allocation season. The taste, I love this one. And I've always been a big fan of Angel's Envy, whether it's their own whiskey now or if it's MGP. I've liked everything I think I've ever had from Angel's Envy. So availability, taste, and value, even with the value or even with the price point where it is, I think it's a great buy. I got to go with an 8 on this one. I really, really enjoy it.
All right.
So there you have it. Hey, go ahead and leave a comment if you know more about this one. We're kind of curious as to whether or not it's MGP or if it's their own whiskey at this point. Another thing you can do to help us out is to go ahead and like, subscribe, and smash that bell. It's going to help us grow, and we're grateful for that. Certainly appreciate you guys coming back and watching our videos. Henry, thanks for stopping by once again.
Thanks for having me, Justin.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. We'll see you next time.